Hello to all of you who are present here. This is Namit here. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all of you and welcome to this session. So who would like to be the volunteer to chant the shloka? Sure, Shreyas, we can volunteer. Let's start. Om kāma eṣha krodha eṣha
kāma eṣha krodha eṣha
rajoguna samudbhavah
rajoguna samudbhavah
mahashano mahapatma
mahashano mahapatma
vidyenamiha vairinam
vidyenam iha variyenam vairinam.
Yes. So what this shloka means is that because of desires, you may think desires may also mean like good desires, right? But now I'm talking about all the bad desires we have, desires which are not needed, or it's just even we can live without it, and it's just waste. It's because of desire, because of excessive desire here for something that is not of great use to us, or we don't need it. That is what causes hatred, anger, and many more things. We saw this. We saw a classic example of this was the Mahabharata. It was all about these qualities, right? All the qualities which you can see on the steps, and envy, ignorance, false prestige. You can compare this to the Kauravas and Pandavas, like Duryodhana. It was because of lust, because of desire for land, because he had a lot of desire for the land. It was not needed. He had so many acres of land, right? So even he didn't agree to give the Pandavas an inch of land. So that's why later that caused them destruction. The same way, it if we have desires, it causes us anger, and as we know, anger then causes destruction. That's what happened to the Kauravas. That's exactly what happened because of their desire. It was not of great use. They had a desire for that, and it caused anger because later, because they were asked to give it back. Then later we all know that it led to their destruction, and they were all killed in the great battle of Kurukshetra, right? So what Krishna is telling here is that if we follow his path, we can reach the top levels. Like here you can see people are following the Guru. If we follow the path of the Guru and are focused on the work we do, we can reach God and realize ourselves, realize who I'm truly, like I'm the Supreme Atma, right? So if we should realize that, we should follow the path of the Guru, and we are uplifted by this path. But if we follow all these paths like this, then what happens is we are it leads us to the downfall. That's why this is the higher, it's on the higher steps, and this is down, because it leads us to our downfall. Okay, so are you all clear? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Please raise your hand and I'll come to you one by one. Okay, I'll just share my screen. If you have any questions, you can You can ask me. I'll just share your screen. Share my screen. Anybody? Okay, looks like all of you are clear. It's really nice to know that. So you can share your understanding, and once again, please raise your hands and I'll come to you definitely one by one. And also don't forget to share your understanding, or if you have anything to add extra, to share it in the group, because you get the prestigious RK Jyoti points, and which instantly helps you in winning the Prahalada Cup. So you can definitely share your understanding here, but don't forget to share it in the WhatsApp group. Anybody can share your understanding. Yes, Gita.
I wanted to share that good desire leads to better achievement, and bad desire shows you a path to loss. So that's why we should always have good desire, because not for your health or something, to achieve something great in life and help others to achieve too. Like if you get something and you use it to achieve, like a desire, you had a desire to get something to achieve in life, you should not just keep it to yourself, you should share it to others too.
Wonderful, yes, Gita. So what you told is really correct. Next we have Shreyas.
I understood bad desires. It's like a life is like a staircase. Bad desires are very like greed, ignorance, anger. These all these all are bad. So they always be down. They be down in the level, while others, the higher level, who are good, who has good desires, they are always on the upper level. So here, the bad desire, they always don't succeed that much in life, but the good desire, they success and help the world to success more. And it's like I said, it's a staircase, and we all should be on the top of the staircase to be healthy and to save the world.
Correct. So always we should look to be in the top level, like not top level in the sense it's not like not only in our studies or in that, but also in our in our qualities, and the qualities which we possess, we should be in the higher level in that. So it's by following the teachings of the guru and having detachment, that is the way in which we can achieve that. Excellent, yes, excellent. Anybody else? Normally used to hear a lot of voices from all of you, but today I don't know.
You can call out the names, Namit. You can maybe they're not here, they will not raise the Zoom hand. You can call out Akshat, and after that you can call out Vidisha.
Okay, Akshat, would you like to share your understanding?
Yes. My understanding is that we should listen to our guru's words so that we can be sattvic, or else we'll be tamasic, or we'll have tamasic gunas like anger, pride, attachment and greed, etc.
Wonderful, wonderful, Akshat. So we need to follow the path shown by our Guru. Excellent. Vidisha, would you like to share your understanding? Vidisha, are you there? Okay, looks like Vidisha has some issue. So,
You can invite Manya Akka also.
yeah, Manya, would you like to share the understanding?
Yes. So I understood that through when it is lust alone which is born of contact with mode of passion and later transformed into anger. Know this as the sinful, all devouring enemy in the world. So based on whatever you explained, I understood that the enemy that we have within ourselves, which could destroy us, is anger. And anger sprouts out of lust or desire. We've seen in various previous shlokas, how through desire it leads to anger and sometimes dissatisfaction, and we get into this loop of either we have a desire, we satisfy it, and then we get into greed and we want more and more. So when the cycle is broken at one point where we can't satisfy our desire anymore, and that is when the desire is not satisfied, then we get into this sorrow, or there is anger that is born inside. So the very root cause, when we look at the problem as a whole, then we need to remove the very root cause of it. And the root cause here, it's lust or desire. So when we cut that out of ourselves, then all of these other enemies we have inside, they're all defeated at this one time when we destroy the desire. So this is what I understood.
Very good, Manya. Very good. So we need to first remove the root cause for all this, and instantly we can remove the main main problem. Like if you want to remove a plant, when you remove, for example, if you remove the leaves, again it will grow. So what you need to do is you need to remove the root. Then what happens is instantly the plant is also removed in the same process. Very good, Manya.
So I have some questions. See, now we are saying that there is desire is the root cause of the problem. That is one viewpoint that Manya has presented. Whereas earlier I heard from Shreyas and Akshat, there is good and bad desire, and even Yashchita. So, and all of them felt that it is the bad desire that I should not be following. It is a good desire that I should be following. Whereas both you and Manya are now saying desire itself is the issue. So, what is your opinion, Manya and Namit? Is there something that's good and bad, or is it desire the problem?
So it's not desire exactly. So when I meant desire, I meant selfish desires, something that I keep asking for myself, like I want this and I want that. That is what leads to a cycle. But when we have selfless desires, then these enemies aren't really born out of it. They don't sprout out from these desires. So let me give you one example. Let's say someone wants to be a doctor. So selfish desire could be, I want to be a doctor, I want to make a lot of money, and through that I'm gonna get so many luxuries. So that's one side of it. Now when there's someone who's selfless, what would his desire be? Then his desire would be, I want to be a doctor so that through God I act like Krishna's instrument, and I'll be able to cure so many people and free them from all of their distress, all of their problems and pain. I'll be able to cure all of it. I would be able to make them more healthy, more happy. And that way, when they become healthy, they'll also serve the society in a better way. So I'm doing it for humanity. Another really nice example was Chandrayaan. Chandrayaan, when we launched on Moon's South Pole successfully, our Prime Minister said that this is a victory to the entire mankind, and it's for the entire humanity. So that's what he said. So that's very selfless, and those are the kind of desires that we need to have inside ourselves. So when we have such desires, the entire universe comes and supports us to make it a reality. And it's not you alone who will have to worry about how am I going to make this happen and things like that. So the universe will come in different forms, and the universe will help you to get that into reality. And through when you have selfless desires, you will observe that you will not have any kind of anger or greed. You will only want good for everyone. And that is a really nice thing to cultivate, when you think that good should happen to all, and with that intention, when you do something, then you will not have such diseases like anger and greed in you.
Excellent, excellent. So we have to learn to distinguish between selfish desire and selfless desire. What Sri Krishna is telling us here is about selfish desire. Selfish desire means I want for me, something that I want for me, and I keep wanting that. That is what here Sri Krishna is referring as lust. And why I'm wanting that? Because the Rajasic quality in me is more. Rajasic means it's a very selfish oriented sense of activity. That, as an example, let's say I am attached to mobile. I keep playing mobile. Why? Because it's so exciting. Let's say there is a game where I'm earning points and I'm moving levels up, and it's so exciting. And if somebody takes it away, I get very angry. Why I got angry? Because my mobile was taken away. So when I have such selfish reasons why I am doing what I am doing, then I can easily get angry. I can get jealous. I can even become quarrelsome. So out of such feelings, many a times disastrous things happen in life. People can hurt others. People can kill others. So that is all because of the selfish desire. And what Manyaka said is about selfless. What does selfless mean? Selfless means where you have a desire, but not only for your sake. As a offering, as a service to others. This is a beautiful example from the founder of ISKCON movement, Sri Srila Prabhupada Swami. Prabhupada ji went to US. He had a feeling that he has to take the message of Krishna to US, United States of America. And we are talking about many, many years back, around 1960s. Back in those days, internet wasn't there. Television was also not as relevant as today. Mobile wasn't there. You also did not have good telephone connection. And back in those days, one had to travel usually to avoid a lot of charges to go in the plane. Only very, very wealthy people could afford. So people traveled in ship. So it would take almost like a month and a half And he was already very old at that time when he went to United States of America. If I'm not wrong, he was already about 67 or 68, something like that. He did not know anyone there. But he had a feeling that he had to take the message of Krishna. Because when someone listens to the message of Krishna, when someone imbibes the message of Krishna in their life becomes wonderful. So Prabhupada ji wanted others to have a wonderful life. With that feeling, though he was so old and he was also very sick, he himself had a lot of diseases, but he did not care for any of it. He went. He did not know anyone, what to do, how to take the message. So he just stood. There is a place called New York in United States of America. And there is one very famous place called as Times Square. And he just stood there. And he did not know what to do. He simply started chanting, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. And he started dancing. The way he was chanting, the way he was dancing. At that time in USA, there were all these people who were addicts of drugs, called as hippies. Their way of life was consume lots of chemicals, which are called as narcotics, and lose their consciousness and lie around in gutter, in so many places. And the American government was spending lots of money in order to do that, in order to take them away from that. And they were not successful. So these people got attracted to the way he was chanting and the way he was dancing. They thought, let them also join him. And as they started chanting, dancing with him, slowly their own need to consume drugs vanished. And looking at them, and they were also very happy, very blissful, like how Manyak already said the today's story, Modak. They all found the Modak in simply chanting Lord's name. So with that, the whole hippie movement found a wonderful way of involving themselves. Also, they started helping the society. They started serving others. So just because one person had a selfless desire, today you may know ISKCON is largest movement in the earth. And also ISKCON people are involved in many, many wonderful service activities. In fact, there is a midday meal scheme that they have called as Akshaya Patra, through which every day they serve hot meals to many, many children in government schools who cannot afford midday meals. Because if they cannot eat proper food, many children don't come to school. They don't get the education. They continue to live in poverty. So Akshaya Patra Foundation, which is mainly set up by ISKCON, today serves more than some 8 to 10 lakh meals every day. Like that, today it has become a huge movement. All because of one person's selfless desire. Sri Shaila Prabhupada ji. So like that, when you carry a selfless desire, like how Manyaka said, universe helps you. So we need to learn to distinguish between selfish and selfless desire. All right? Does anyone have any question? All right. If there are no more questions, Namit, this is what I wanted to add. You can take from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that wonderful insight, sir, of Shri Prabhupada. I really like the way you connected to this shloka. So thank you for that. So I think we are done. Vidisha, now can you share your understanding? Can you hear us? Okay. We are done with the shloka part. So let's move on to the next part of the session.
So let me stop the recording.